everyone. Thank you for tuning in to my newly found YouTube channel. I am really new to the scrapbook community. I have been inspired by a lot of YouTubers and then recently joining Facebook groups. And can I tell you guys, the creativity out there is just amazing. So I have started building my collection, and I thought that it would be fun to share my layouts with you guys. So in the process of learning how to do all the video and voiceovers, I'm sure there are going to be a few bumps in the road, but we will figure it out. Let me start by letting you guys know what we're actually scrapbooking here since we've been watching it. It is my daughter on her 12th birthday. We didn't have anything, like any big party. We ended up going to Johnson Valley to go riding for her birthday. But in the evening when we got home, we gathered at my grandparents' house just for a little birthday celebration to make her feel special. Now I am using the Echo Park Magical Birthday Girl Collection Kit. I love these papers, specifically the colors in the paper, and I thought that it matched her balloons perfectly. So I had to order me my kit. I got mine on Amazon. I'm sure it's easy to locate right now because it was fairly recent when I ordered it. And I wanted to use all the paper, but I have more pictures of her birthday that you guys will see later on. And then I'll use this kit over and over again. I might actually use this kit for a majority of her birthday, just because it's so beautiful. So originally what I thought was I would take some of these busy pattern papers and go across in columns from the picture across the paper. Now, I did do that in the video, on the layout, but instead of it going straight across, I decided to do it almost in an up and down pattern. So these strips that I'm cutting, I cut them in 1-inch strips, but once I put them on the paper and started to organize them, I realized that they were actually too thick because after doing the border on the picture, it made it wider. So I recut them. Now, they measure about 6.5 inches long, and now they're going to be 1/2 inch wide. This made it a little bit easier to work with because I wanted to do some, I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking. Mailman is coming around. I wanted to do mixed media in the background. Now with the paper being so busy, I wasn't sure how much mixed media I wanted. So for now, I'm working with just the paper. So after I decide that this is how I'm going to have my layout, I just a small little pencil mark to let me know where these strips are going to lay. I could have just done it on the paper because I only put like a dot other than where the picture was going to go. I used the Wildberry Archival Black and the Sundance from Close to My Heart stamp pads. And then I also used Tim Holtz Distress Oxide, the Picked Raspberry, the spray, and then the Dylusions ink spray in Vibrant Turquoise. Now, I did do the packaging technique, but I was getting a little bit concerned because when I did the spray, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm still working on the camera setup, so I promise you next time I'll have it zoomed out a little bit more. But as you can see, like on some spots, some of the packaging, the ink from the packaging, it kind of built up in an area, and I kind of wanted it to look more like a splatter. And then I tried the ink. So what I did was I smushed the ink pad on my on my workstation, and then I sprayed it with water. But I tried it in the middle because I knew that was going to be covered up. But once I did it, the black was just so overpowering. I decided to splatter it. Now I'm splattering the yellow, and I'm sorry, I did lose a little bit of video. I also splattered the black. I did not use the Wild Berry from Close to My Heart ink pad, just because I had big clumps of the Tim Holtz spray, the raspberry spray. So I thought it would be enough. I didn't want to lose the pattern paper. And as you can see, it was starting to blend in with the background. And I realized this after I started taping them down. I zoomed out a little bit there, you guys. Just to help out. I realized my video stopped and then, zoomed it out for you. But it's work in progress. So I started taping them down, and then I realized that the white strips with the color needed to pop out a little bit. So what I end up doing is I end up pulling them back off and then just inking around them in black. And then that helped them to not blend in with the background so much. So once I get these taped down and inked around the edges, if you can notice on the end, I have a little bit of space. That actually allowed me, originally I wasn't going to trim the paper and do a background, but I couldn't. I tried to work with my ephemera, you guys. I am not that great at just adding and adding and adding. I know a lot of YouTubers are, more is more, but I'm having a hard time. Everything has to, I don't know, I guess it's kind of a creative OCD. Everything has to be perfect. And I'm trying to get past that, you guys. I really am. But the ephemera is just, it's hard for me to use, and I will play with it. It is new to me, so I will play with it more and hopefully build up on it. Learn from my YouTubers, my fellow YouTubers. But anyways, the strips being closer than I had thought after cutting them a 1/2 inch, I decided to cut around the border. I think I cut off probably about 1 inch combined on the sides, like a 1/2 inch on one side and 1/2 inch on the other. And then on the top, because it's closer to the bottom than it is the top, I think all I did was I cut off from the top just 1 inch. And then I started playing around with the paper that I had to see which one I wanted to use. Now these pink glitter papers, I think these ones I purchased at Hobby Lobby. They might be Papercraft. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I have one sitting out, so let's see. It is not marked, you guys. So more than likely it is Papercraft from Hobby Lobby. I mean, not Papercraft. It's from Hobby Lobby, actually. Not sure the brand, sorry. But I used the lighter pink just because I felt like it didn't take away from the picture. It added, if that makes sense. And so once I place it, I decide that it's not enough. So what I did, you guys, after distressing this, I ended up going around it with some ink to do the edges. Now, I will probably never do this again, but because I distressed it first, a lot of the, it started to fray. just because this white cardstock that I was working with is really thick. So it created great texture. But once I started to ink it, the frayed edges started to come off onto my, onto my, my tool. And then when I re-inked it on the pad, a lot of it was staying on the pad. So I had to take my tweezers and pick all the frayed pieces off the pad before I put it away. So that was a bit of a mess for me. I don't think I would do it. If I do it again, it's probably going to be backwards. It probably will be me inking the edges first and then distressing them with my tool. Lesson learned. So I just cut out, it's such a beautiful paper, you guys. I didn't want to waste it. So I cut out the back, or the center. And then the kit comes with a sticker sheet. And they had this beautiful black birthday label. Or not label, I should say stickers. And so I wanted to use it, but they didn't have happy. And so what I did was I found in my stash some black lettering. And I didn't have an H, so I had to create my own H. Had to make it work for me. So once I get that down, I had to go back into my stash and find the number 12. Oh, actually, I did try, you guys. I did try to work with the other stickers. But every time I added to it, it felt like it took away from the picture. And so I just put that one up there next to the happy and then the 12 on the other side. Now, I didn't have a small TH, so I just kind of wrote it on there. And that is the layout. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is new for me, and I promise that we will work through it. Thank you.